This is the start of a 8-part series about rewildering. Today it's about Scottish beavers and what the impact on beavers is on nature. So before beavers were reintroduced in Scotland, rivers were heavily managed and straightened out for shipping and sort of this kind of stuff, so prone to sudden flash floods, and these caused a huge problem in nature and for people living around in that area. They often lost their homes due to floods, and all because these rivers were straightened out for whatever reason. And there was a missing key architecture for 400 odd years. Now, since they have reintroduced the Eurasian beaver, they're not just animals, they're not just rodents, they're keystone species in our landscape. They're nature's original landscape engineers, actual fact. What they're doing for the environment and the help they do is immense, and just being the natural beaver thing, sort of doing the beaver stuff. So they've been hunted for the fur and a substance called castoreum, which is used for medicine and perfume. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correct. And they became extinct in Scotland by the 16th century. Then they've been returned in 2009 officially, called the Knapdale Trial. Unofficial and unlicensed releases, however, along the River Teesside show how quickly they spread when given a chance. Now, in 2009 it was made official, and they now recognized as a protected species, so we're not allowed to hunt them anymore, which is great, because what right as a human being do we have to deny animals their natural habitat? They have the same right as we have to live here on this planet. So yeah, that's a bit of the backstory there, why they got extinct. It's all for the sake of comfort and greed of human being in a way. And what do they actually do? Now, they are engineering magicians in the form that they build dams. And why do they do that? They do that to create deep, calm waters where they feel safe from predators. The water management is like a natural sponge. And during heavy rain, dams slow down the water flow and prevent flash floods in human towns. And because the rivers are diverted to their original ways and not straight anymore, the overflow of rain, when it's the flood, can go without a problem into fields or into forests, whatever the area is around it, and cause less damage than actually the other way around. The straighter a river is, or a stream, the quicker the water flows, obviously. Makes sense, doesn't it? So another positive side effect of the beaver being reintroduced is that water filtration. The ponds act as a natural pools, trapping mud and agriculture runoff, so cleaner water flows downstream. During dry spells, those wetlands surrounding these overflowing parts keep the surrounding land hydrated So it's beneficial for plants, trees, other kind of animals as well. And it really has a positive impact on that side. The biodiversity explodes as well when beavers are around. So when they hold the water back, when they build their dams, it creates new ecosystems, insects, amphibians, dragonflies, frogs, etc. All these smaller creatures and insects are really important for like birds, frogs and the like. Birds and fish and others, birds and fish attract otters and kingfishers, herons, all species which are quite almost redundant in the natural wildlife here in England, and I'm pretty sure it's across the world the same issue. So also juvenile salmon and trout thrive in these conditions, in these deep pools. Woodland will be renewed because they coppice trees, which allows light to reach the forest floor, and younger plants and wildflowers can emerge, which is another massive positive impact as well. We lost, due to modern agriculture and modern forestry, we lost a lot of ancient and important herbs and wildflowers, plants, which are immensely important to the ecosystem in itself. So all these are very positive impacts on the nature, on human being, on the animals, and as I said earlier, they do have the right to live as well as we. I mean, come on, if there would be an animal species, for example, who would treat human beings like that, like we did, the natural habitat of these animals, I think it can be a little bit compared to what was during the time we had slavery. We treated other people like we owned them, and we don't. Nobody owns anyone. We are all individual spirits, whether you are a human or an animal or a plant, it does not matter. We are all individual beings and everyone has the same right. So there are still some oppositions to that. Sometimes farmers are worried about flooded fields, but there's nothing that cannot, with smart management, can actually being prevented, like tree guards and flow pipes, resolve conflicts like that easily. Humans spent centuries to engineer waterways with concrete and machinery, and look where that got us, with all in recent decades especially. We had all these damages, whether it's been in smaller villages, towns, it doesn't matter, all these floodings would threaten people's livelihood, all because we did all these so-called progressive engineering for our waterways. But a rodent with big orange teeth does a better job for free. It's a bit ironic, isn't it? I say go beaver, and thanks for that. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back soon with another part of another section of the Rewildering. Have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.